Folks, I hope you're all doing well. This is Jeff, 30-minute trader. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Just preparing for, you see the time in the bottom right-hand corner of my computer, 7:44 p.m. Now, I am 12 hours opposite of New York time. I have my chart set for New York time. So it's a direct 12 opposite hours. I'm going to share my charts. Here we go. So I've got a few indicators of what I built here myself, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to get you'll come to these ones here in a minute. The one I have on at the moment is called 30-minute trader direction, and it looks a little bit different. It looks a little bit different from normal. Yeah, but first we're going to go to the daily time frame. Yeah, I'm going to remove the drawings. Yeah, and what you see, some sort of consolidative edge. This is the micro E-mini. This is one contract. Typically, trade two contracts, but it's got it set at one. In fact, let's change this to two just now before we get any further. Here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, this is, so let's just have a look at this on the 4 hour. Yeah, what these are, this is the high and low of the day. It's not a buy, sell indicator. It's the high and low of the day. This is the high and low of the candle. It's current candle. This is done at 4 hour time frame. And these here are, as you'll see here, a big candle is 4 hours. Now, I have a fantastic way of trading with the 4 hour candles, ladies and gentlemen, and also a fantastic way of trading with the 1 hour candles. Now, if you are watching this, you'll soon realize how powerful this is. As you see, this line here is midnight. You see this here, my high and low of the day starts at midnight, not the way you normally see it here. Let me see, I've just got a message there, I think. No. Let me see if anyone is joining me. I'm expecting someone. But you see here, depending what you're doing, use this high or you use that high. That there, just you want to know why that is there, that's based on that body closure there. This here, based on that body closure. And this one here, there was a choice, but it's, I don't know why it's actually there. So I'll have to double check that one out. I might be wrong. Yep. And that's what that's about. So what can we do today? So this is midnight today. Let's just go down and you can see what happened. High, had a pullback, and it's dropped. Now, if there was a way to see this, I'm sure you'd want to know how you can see this. Now, I want to imagine you saw this here. Now, behind here, if I just switch indicators off, ladies and gentlemen, you see that just the wick up, that wicks into, this is powerful. This is, so is this. Every one of these is powerful. If there was a way to do this, would you want to know? That's right, you would, wouldn't you? And I'm going to show you that completely free today. Bish, bash, bosh, bing, bong, bing. Because you deserve it, the fact you are here with me, Jeff, 30-minute trader. Not the 30-minute trader, but with someone in the Philippines has that name. So let's go down to the 1 minute time frame. Let's go down to here, midnight, Eastern Standard Time. You see over here, I've got this set to -4 New York time. Yeah, as you can see, no drawings, no nothing. Now, what we do see though is this. We have a high, a low. That failed to break that high. Let me just confirm that is actually true, ladies and gentlemen. It failed. It came close. Went into that little difference from body and a wick. It come down, back up, which will show you how to get into that if you use something called a trading range that I teach. It's really quite simple, ladies and gentlemen, and I will show you here today completely free. Bish, bash, bosh. Yeah. And there's lots of these. Look, there's something you get, something you don't. It comes down, and it just keeps on going. So first things first, completely free, I go to midnight. People say to me, Jeff, can I have a strategy? I'm giving you a strategy, but I teach concepts. I teach people how to trade multiple setups, not just one, because the markets change, ladies and gentlemen. And if you rely on one strategy, all of a sudden it stops working. As some people that used to learn something from someone else in my group, it said, I don't know why it changed. That's why I'm speaking to you, the person who said that. The reason it changed because the market's changed. Sometimes it's trending, sometimes it's consolidating. And whatever works in one doesn't work in another. I'll just show you this, ladies and gentlemen. You tell me, back on a daily time frame, there was a time that was trending, yes? And what happens when it goes sideways? It's a different market. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Go back to here, midnight. And so what I do is I look left, I look for a high. I've already did that. There's the high. You'd even go higher, but let's just say, this is in my field of vision here. Yeah. If I didn't want to go for that one, let's go for this one. Yep. It comes down. It goes up. And I'm looking for, just real quick, ladies and gentlemen, 30 minutes of time. I simply then got horizontal ray right there. It's a couple of options. One of the things I could do here, ladies and gentlemen, one of the things that is do something like this. And you notice what happens. Notice what happens. I typically just do the bodies to make my people I mentor can see this. I typically do that. And now I can remove this here. What happens at this time here, 12:30? So before we go there, about this line here, at 12 o'clock, it comes, so it goes up. Is that higher or lower than that? This is lower. So some people say, Jeff, I trade liquidity. Comes down, goes below these lows, and you perhaps get a little bit excited. Why? Because we have an FEG here. And it traded into them. And you're like, here we go. It's traded into them, ladies and gentlemen. And then it just actually went past them and up above. You might potentially get into the trade. But before I show you this, what is this? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That's another fair value gap. Hit a fair value gap and dropped like a stone. That's right. So the next thing I need to do after this here, I look for the first presented fair value gap after the 12:30. And I simply extend this out. Yeah. So notice what happened. Just completely transparent and honest. There. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. And also to that one thing. Right there. So what it did is it went down, whipped this here. Thank you very much. This is part of my trading system. People saying, Jeff, give me a strategy. I teach this in my inner circle, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. It then goes down. We have another imbalance, fair value gap. We have a big candle, then immediately comes up and fills this here. And then it simply drops like a stone. Now, this is the 1 minute. Now, where's it going to? That's right. Where's it going to? Well, let's just have a look where it went. It went all the way down here. But notice we have a high, we have a lower 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 high. Yeah, and it just keeps going down. Next thing I want to do, and do this, retreat this here, like a manipulation, like from here to here. Yeah, that whole range. For this, I'm going to get my retracement. For this, I actually do take from here. I'm going to take it to the low, the very low there. Correct. And I look left here. Sometimes it reverses here, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm looking for either fair value gap or liquidity. So I would keep going. Look at then 2 to 2.5. And then would look left. There's no fair value gap at 2.5. Maybe this wick. Maybe I'd have been tempted with that wick there because of the 50%. I would then go to potentially the 4. Did it reach the 4? Oh my God, you cannot make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. But it danced around the 2 before, that's right, before aiming. So when I'm at time frame, these are just wicks. These are just wicks. But a lot of time I exit round about here. Now, no indicators on support this. Would this be a little bit emotional coming in and out here? Now, I do have an indicator. For those people who want to watch it, they want to trial this. It's called liquid gold. Now, it works in any solution. I use this as part of my liquid gold trading system. And I'm just going to put it on here, ladies and gentlemen. It's actually called liquid gold 4.0. Now, this is the 1 minute time frame. Hopefully, it's going to come on. That's it there. So, remember, I don't trade from the indicators. I trade from a setup. It bounced up there, and the setup would be round about there. Stop loss, just got above there. Come down, and you might want to exit round about there. This is just a pullback. The other thing you can do is you can use this as a trailing stop. How powerful is this for a trailing stop? That's right. So the way I would do that, so you start off with your trailing stop just above, your stop loss just above here. Yeah, let's make this here. And we'll call this red, and we'll call it a trailing stop, just so you can see what I'm doing. This is after the fact, ladies and gentlemen. I want to show you the setups I teach my people inside my inner circle, my community. That's right. Trailing stop. So it's coming down. And as long as you get one of these, you can actually bring it down with you as you wish. Yeah, as you wish. And you tell me when you would exit. There, maybe there. That would all be you. You would get the lot. You might have exited there, but we've got to be honest, because once it goes green, you might just exit there. So let's see how and what would that mean to us. Now, for those people who trade using the standard stop loss system, you use this. Now, I said it would be there. We'd get this above the high, because we're protected with this fair value gap. And you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it does come down to a lovely trade. This is the 1 minute time frame. This was today, not the good old days, not yesterday, not last year, was today, midnight. So for those people in Asia, Bali, that would be 12 noon. Thailand, Malaysia would be 11. Vietnam would be 11. Now, who do you know would like to take advantage of these? Singapore, the same as Bali, 12 noon. Who do you know would like to take advantage of these? And as long as you can, let me apologize here again, ladies and gentlemen. And as long as you can trail this down, here it's built in such a way, you might even actually just take it down even further, actually, to be honest. That bit definitely cut out there. So I'm actually going to do that again. I really apologize. That was not correct. Oh my God, this is powerful. Is it like this every day? No, it's not. How many of these you need to 3 a week? You can do 1, 2 of these a week. Simple. Easy and very effective. And then you get this choppy stuff, but look how powerful this is as well. I'm just going to exit that there. So that was what's possible this morning. So please, if people are looking for a strategy, here's a free one for you. I teach concepts because the markets change. Whether you use this or not, it's not important. This is just projecting targets around about liquidity or fair value gaps. And that's maybe what I would have exited there, to be honest, if I had never had my liquid gold system in place. Now, what goes down must come up. What comes up must come down. And what happens here? That's exactly what it did. Now, this is more tricky. Now, we have no news today. So we're now going to go to plan B. When there's not much news, or the sideways, I'm going to remove majority of this. Yeah, I'm going to remove that. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to remove this. And I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to leave this here. Notice what this goes up to the first one and rejects off there. If people know what this is, it doesn't even make it to the 50. It rejects, comes back up. Powerful, ladies and gentlemen, because we have a protected high. I can just get out there. Powerful. So now I'm going to go to the daily time frame. I'm going to go for another setup. So I come, this here I've got here. We'll leave that there. The time now is 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is the 4 hour, that's what's happening in the 4 hour there. So that's 2 hours into it. We've got another 2 hours before that hour candles, and that closes at 10 a.m. Let's go to the 1 hour candle. Right, we have just started here this leaf, but this is powerful. Right, can you see this? Please don't tell me you don't see this. Right, we have a candle there. Let me just do it like this. You can see a wick, you can see the bottom. And I'll do the same there. This is a simpler way of doing it. Yeah, this is where it rejected. Yeah, I'm going to trade this. They were looking to trade this hour here, which is now just past. This was what some people called the macro. It went down, went back up. Now for this, I can jump to the 5 minute or even, give it a minute, I want to make sure I get this right. Okay, that's it there. This is this here. This went down. Let's even go down to the 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen. So ideally what I want here, I want this to come into the wick. And then when it comes back up above here, enter that trade. But we must get a white candle closing above here. For this. This is a 1 hour candle, ladies and gentlemen. But as you know, we're on it. We came here and we're down, going down. But we do nothing for a buy until this comes above here. So let's come back here on the 1 hour candle. That's what we see. Do we see anything in here? No, we don't. We see absolutely nothing in here. Go to the 4 hour. This is 2 hours into it. We see a wick. We see a line. What's this line? I forget. That's probably the midnight. Let me just double check what that is. Actually, it's a bit of a tell. I don't know what that line is, actually. I'm going to delete that. It's obviously there for a reason, but it's gone. Where? So if I'm looking for a buy, I wait for it to get above there. White candle closed, like not there, we get a little bit of space and move up. Where would a target be? Look for a fair value gap or a body's high or a wick. FVG there. Yeah. Just a little bit of weighting, so I would like that to come back up there, but it came down. Now, let's look at this. Where can it go to? It can come down to here, the bottom there. Why can it do that? Because the bodies are equals. Their bodies are equal. Or it could come down to, I'll just make this black for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. There. You can still see it. Yeah, and I'll get this just a little bit pricier. So I'm hoping this just comes down a little bit more. And then it might even go as far as this. People that know me typically draw a box in here. Box like something like that. And because I'm looking for it to buy, I would typically make that green. There. I want it to, for me, my mindset is I want it to go up. I want it to go up. So therefore I have it as green. I want it to come down into there. It's 50%. We don't need that anymore. Yeah, and now I'm going to just hide this so you can see it, ladies and gentlemen. Come down here and push back up here and go all away to you. But right now we're in a macro condition at 8 a.m. No news. Powerful stuff. I'm going to go grab some water and I'll be with you back in just a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen. He's back, ladies and gentlemen. So it's holding its own at the moment. On here. Definitely not looking to get into anything yet, so we're right on. So let's look at the time for this. Or let's look at this candle here. There's 7 o'clock. There was 8, right? Up, down. So what happened? Market opened, high, low, closed. So what's the hour? It's that candle there. Yeah, it's that candle there. Oops, that's tracing a little bit from there, ladies and gentlemen. So tracing from there. What is that again? Let's just remind ourselves on a daily time frame there. Obviously, hour, wasn't it? What is that again? That was the wick from there to there, from the candle just to the left. You see that? Powerful stuff. I tell people to see what's the strategy? Well, it's concepts. It's not one, there's many strategies. It is a guarantee. No, I said to you, ideally, I would like it to be above here, ladies and gentlemen, didn't I? I think I said that. Why? Well, first of all, you've got this fair value gap. I'd like it to break above it, come back down, hit it, then carry on. If it was through that. So the next thing I want to do, next bit of information, I'm going to break this 7 to 8 down into half-hour periods. And I want to start analysing what happens. Yeah. See the first part, it goes up. So think of this as manipulation. And then accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Every minute, every 5 minutes, every 15, every hour has this accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution. Yeah. Powerful. So, see there, accumulation, manipulation, and if that's true, we should go back up, but I don't think we're quite ready yet. This is the end of the next hour. Wouldn't it be nice if we ended up somewhere up here? How powerful would that be, ladies and gentlemen? So what I would like it to do, that's right, this is live, ladies and gentlemen. This is live. I would like it to come down there, fill in that fair value, maybe even just there, rock it up now. Rock it up, that's right, and rock it up to above there. Might not go far, but it could actually just drop down there, actually. You have to be really careful. We're still in the downtrend. You just wick up there and go straight back down. Wait, that's just a little bit smaller, but I'm not changing anything. You saw this live. Yeah. No indicators. Market structure. Does it mean see I'm getting in here? No, it doesn't. I'm getting in above here. Yeah. Let me show you again. Strat. 1 hour time frame. I marked that wick, that wick. It's a bit too many lines here. I get you. Therefore, we don't need that 11 o'clock. Okay. And we don't need that, but that's 9 o'clock. That's 7 to 8. I was just marketing it at the end of that candle there, beginning and the end of that candle, that 1 hour of time. That's an hour and there. Yeah. This here is a wick. And that represents a wick. What is that? But that was because I wanted to buy off that. I wouldn't buy as it goes back above there. So let's break this down to 15. So you can see what happened on 15. It came down, I'll wick that. I'll just delete that for you, ladies and gentlemen, so you can see how powerful that is. Here was a potential entry. That would be a wick entry. Let's go to the 5. But I want it to go above here. No, I'm going to bring this down again. So there. This is the time frame. Went up. See, that's where. Oh, powerful. What time is that? Quarter past. What I want to now do is to come back down into there and go, this is lively. Did you see that powerful shoot off? So now we have a little bit of, there's nothing we can do about that. That was pure manipulation, market manipulation. Maybe it was a bit of news. You saw it here live. I was wanting it to do was to go above there Normally on a 1 minute time frame, but when I got that anyway. That might come down to here. Powerful stuff. Let me just take a screenshot of that. Copy link. I'm going to send that to Mr. Dave. Share is in the house. Bish bash bosh. So what I was going to say, I would like it to come down to here and then buy again from this order block here. This down close candle. Or even in there. Wow, let's look at that on the hour time frame now, ladies and gentlemen. Hide the drawings. This bottom wick went below that there. Back up. A minute. To get that indicator set. Hide all. I actually prefer not to have anything. I'm doing this for you right there. 5 minutes. Choose your time frame. Choose your time frame, ladies and gentlemen. Powerful. Once again, choose your time frame. Yeah. Showed you that there. I'm actually going to hide, let you see the drawings again. No, I don't want that. That's the indicator, which I don't use. That's there for the people who want to perhaps borrow the indicator. What's this off of? So if I never showed you that, you might say, well, what's all that about? Why have we done that there, Jeff? But when you use multiple time frames, higher time frame, you would have seen on the hour time frame, by looking left, that's right, I looked left, what did I see? Yeah, this one here. I went there, 1, 2, straight line, and I crossed there as well. So all I did was, if you remember right to the start, I did this. Hide that again, hide the indicators. And it wicked it, and it went to the moon. Now, I then said I would like it to come back down, if you remember, to run with this here and go back up. But the work is done. Look, it's filled most of that there. So, unfortunately, no trade there. Because this, what I was looking for was to come up, come down, and then start to break and test and go up. Not a breakout. It's actually a reversal. Taking out stop loss here, here, here. All this engineered liquidity from here. All the way here. So the people who like to trade trend lines, yeah, you can see it down to here. Here down. What? Just missed that there. Actually came down to there. Powerful stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Now it's sideways. Now, I like this one, the 4 hour. Let's do the same setup on the 4 hour. This is for you people at home who say, Jeff, you don't show us a strategy. I'm not going to apologize for this. So I show a strategy every single day. You're just not seeing it. Right, I'll delete this here. Delete this, no indicators. What have I left on? That's the midnight. That's really important to me. Yeah, what I will go down is actually go and change that little. I'll change this if people like. that's getting in the way for you. But we don't really need to see that, actually. Let me just what that's there. Where the bodies. Yeah. Go down, back up. Doesn't break above there. Read fails and routes. Fails, FEG, first presented, bang. So now I've done that, let's go to the 4-hour time frame. And let's do, unfortunately, some of it's already done. Some of it's already happened, ladies and gentlemen, here. And do it with this if you like, if you'd really like me to, or I can do the one before, but let's do this one here. I'm just getting 4 lines. Yeah, that's right, 4 lines. 1, 2. I'm sure I could build an indicator on this. Well, there's the. Do we all agree that's a low? Do we all agree that candle there, that was the high? We all agree on this one here. This was the high. Yeah, and then this one here was the top of there. Stops the open. And then there's that one. So, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. I just click on there. It tells me the open. And then the low, the high, the close. So 29,936. 29,936. That again. Sorry, the open was 29,846. That one, that was the open. Yeah. There we go there. 4-hour time frame. And from there, it's really quite simple. Really quite simple. We can drop down to the hour, the 50, the 5, the 1. Let's just drop down to the 5. And what we're looking to do is trade this candle here. And do nothing till it breaks the high or the low. Super, super simple. And then you've got these other lines to assist you with entry. We find this. Yeah. So what happened? It went up, came down, closed back in. So this between there and there is a wick. Let me just show you that again, ladies and gentlemen. Between there and there is a wick. 5 minutes. Up, traveled into it, closed there or there. Your entry would be there or there, depending where you're at, ladies and gentlemen. And we're looking left. So let's just look. See what's the same, what is different? Grey, 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 white. White. Oh, what's this here? Oh. You know, I love doing this with wicks. Powerful stuff. Now, what would that look like using the 1 minute time frame rather than the 5? For most people, they don't know that. So we'll do that again. So this is 6 a.m. It's from the 1 minute, sorry, the 4 hour. It was 6 a.m. This is Eastern Standard Time, which is 6 p.m. Yeah, so 6 p.m. my time. So we have people in the UK, so that's your 6 and 5, 12. 6 and 5, 11. Sorry, 1 p.m. So you've got that there. It comes down. It closes there. For me, I feel safer with that one there. If you know about gaps or anything, you might spot a little gap just in there. And you might have taken an entry there. It's still come down. So why don't we just be honest with ourselves and say, when I get that one right there. Yep. In this one, well, here's the thing. Unfortunately, we have this big wick here, and we have to take it there. You can potentially take it at 50%, but let's just get it below there. This. And we look left, we look for targets. And ideally we're looking for something up there, but let's just see if we can get 1% out of that. We do get 1%. Let's see how far that actually went. It went 2.67. Now, what did I say? Wicks. Remember? Wicks. Now, what time frame was that? You can't really see it here, but on the 5-minute time frame. Let's see if it works with this wick on a 1 minute. I would have just missed it on a 1 minute. So this setup is nice on the 5-minute, as you remember me saying, because we have then a proper wick. And it hits it, reacts. Thank you very much. 2.6%, 2.5%. Another strategy, ladies and gentlemen. Simple, easy, and very effective. I've showed you the 1 hour, I've showed you the 4 hour. Yep. I've shown you from here a wick entry based from that there. And unfortunately, the speed of this, I just couldn't get in the trade. I was looking to go back up there. So, another winning strategy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this. I'm going to remove this line. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to go to 4-hour time frame. I'm going to choose another one. Yeah, so which one would you like me to? I wish there was somebody else on here so they could assist me. And which one's a really tricky one? That's a tricky one, isn't it? That's a tricky one. Yeah, so let's do this. That's really tricky. People say, how can you trade that one? So the exact same here. So all I'll do is grab that at the low. Is that one there, ladies and gentlemen? This one here. I just grab that there. This one here, put it this wick up here. And this other one here, I want to put it at the high. So I'm looking to trade this candle here. That date, sorry, it's the 9th at 10 a.m. Give me 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen. He's back, that's right. So this one with this really long wick, just to show you this here, this really long wick. I know it's a difficult one, so we're going to have a look at that one. So you see here, if I do that there, the market opened. Oh wait, I'll move this up the way, ladies and gentlemen. That there, that's the one. The market opened 29,911. So I believe it was there. Right there, that's it there. Yeah, so I'm going to drop down to 5-minute time frames. The 4 hour to the 5, really? The 4 hour to the 5? Impossible. Well, let's actually have a look. So, what time is it? 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 4 hours. It goes up. There. It breaks down. There's your entry. See that? It just wick and wick. Went above that high there. I'm looking to above the bodies. It's all about the bodies for me. Let's go down to the 1 minute time frame to see if we can see any different. Get this out of the way. It comes down, it goes back up. So why? Beautiful. And you're looking for enter there. One. Curious. One. Change of state of delivery. There. Yeah. There and there. There's a fair value gap, but I'm feeling pretty confident with this, to be honest. Have that there. Now, the same rules apply. See how it wicks up there? But I really want to, I'm fortunate I have a smaller time frame chart. But the moment it walks up and comes down, you get to enter that trade. So let me just go down to 15 seconds from a 1 minute, for example. And you can see this candle right here. So 15 seconds. Down, way up, and that one, look, two candles there. From there is your end. How powerful is that, ladies and gentlemen? Now it actually does go up, closing the imbalance, the fair value gap, the SIBI, straight down. Instant profit. Now let's put on my liquid gold indicator. Ready? Go. Remember, this is a 15-second chart. Could you have taken advantage of that, ladies and gentlemen? That'll have you, yes, it's after the fact, but I'm giving you the 4 hour, the 1 hour, I'm giving you the daily. I'm not giving you the daily yet, but I can give you the daily. Yeah, have you seen anything you think's worth learning from? I do have an inner circle program, and you too can take advantage of this. And this is just a simple system. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much. Oh, I'm going to stay on for one more. Let me see what time it is. See that? The work was done. I was going to go above it, but the work was done. And I went sideways. This is accumulating, ladies and gentlemen, before the next move. Now we're coming up to 8:30. Yeah, so 8:30 just came. We have a new algorithm down at 8:30. Indicator off. I've no interest in indicators. Put indicators on just to assist people. Yeah, so why don't we just get an 8:30 candle and mark it out there? Yeah, 8:30. Done. This one, this is Eastern Standard Time. So we're in UK, so I'm going to add on 5. Okay, we're 1:30 in UK. How that's too far, we'll bring it in the middle. Bringing this in the middle, ladies and gentlemen. Look, there you go. You want to do it a bit more, so let's do a little bit more. Let's mark this, so 8:30. New York. There you go. Time. Perfect. Right there. So what have we got above here? That's right. What we got below here? Let's just we'll just mark it grey rather than a particular colour. It's marking something important. What we got above here? We've got something important, haven't we? Let's do that. That's the 15-second time frame, ladies and gentlemen. 15 second, not the 15-minute. But see how easy that is to spot. Let's go to the 15-minute. You won't really see anything. Yeah, you don't even see this one. Let's look at the 15-second to see what we can see. Yeah. You wouldn't know that's 15 seconds, but it's a good way to practice your trading, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a masterclass. Now let's think of this. We're picking this up. I like to see it a little bit thicker sometimes. Right, so what I'm going to do is go to the bodies. Go to the body. Yeah, and we're looking for, yeah, and you notice this reversed of something there. So let's just bring this down to another body. Think of it. So here's the liquidity. So above there, over in there. Come down. Why did it stop here? What's underneath here? What's underneath here, ladies and gentlemen? Going up. Yeah. Focusing on these bodies here. This is the 15-second time frame. People say the lower time frames don't work. Well, I'm just showing you, ladies and gentlemen, how this can work. And obviously, the higher time frame, the better. Yeah. What we do have here, we have a gap. This is live. Look, 9 seconds. Look up here, ladies and gentlemen. Markets are open. What's that just there? Hmm? Yeah, let's look at this. Is it going to respect this? Is this here going to be respected? Or is it going to come down just a little bit more? Now wait for the end of this 15 seconds. Wait for the end of this 15 seconds. Yeah, it's 15 seconds. It actually hit that line. Looks like it's breaking down, which is good. So that means it can hopefully go by the underneath here. So we see something underneath here. There's a gap. Is it going to come for this? Is it going to come for this, ladies and gentlemen? It looks like it. Boom! 15-second time frame. You saw it here live. Wick exit. That could be a wick entry. Hopefully, you have seen enough. Simple, easy, like I said, very effective. Have a great day, and I'll see you at the top. Bye for now.